Hey guys, sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties. We're gonna try to get this in. So let's do this. Okay. So number one, these are alternate exterior angles right here and right here, which means they're equal to each other. So 4x minus 105 is equal to 450 minus 6x. We're going to add 6x to both sides, and that gives us 10x minus 105 is equal to 450. Then we're going to add 105 to both sides, and we're left with 10x is equal to 555. And then divide both sides by 10 to get x is equal to 55.5. Number two, again, they're alternate exterior angles, which means they're equal. So I'm going to do this one over here. We got x over 8 plus 60 is equal to 150. We subtract 60 on both sides. So we get x over 8 is equal to 90. Now this says x divided by 8. So the opposite of division is multiplication. So what you do is you multiply both sides by 8. And the 8's cancel, so you get x is equal to 720 degrees. Okay, number three, again, alternate exterior angles, and again, we got some fractions. So what I'm going to do here is I got 5 over 8, x minus 81 is equal to 3/8 x minus 1. I'm going to subtract from both sides 3/8 x minus 3/8 x, and we end up with 2/8 x minus 81 is equal to -1. I'm going to reduce this fraction and get rid of this 81 in the same kind of step. So this becomes a 1/4 x is equal to 80. And then you multiply both sides by 4 to get x equals 320. Over here, these are alternate interior angles. So 6.5x is equal to 2.7x plus 96.52. So subtract 2.7 on both sides. And we get 3.8x is equal to 96.52. Divide both sides by 3.8 to get x equals 25.4. Okay, we're going to move on to the next part of the review. Okay, so simplify. Simplify using our factor tree. 28 breaks down into 4 and 7, and 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. So there's a pair of 2's, we pull that out. So we have one pair of 2's from the pair. We have the 2 that was in the beginning of our problem. Don't forget the plus minus. And the 7's left under the root. So your final answer for number 5 is plus or minus 4 root 7. For the 80, break this down. We have 8 and 10. And that becomes 4 and 2. And that will be 2 and 5. And 4 breaks down into 2 and 2. So we have 2 pairs of 2's. So this will be 2 times 2 times the square root of 5. With the negative in front, don't forget the front number. So this is negative 4 root 5. For number 8, the 6 will break up into 2 and 3. And this 3 breaks up into 3 and 1. So here's my pair of 3's. The negative 6 was from the beginning of our problem. The 2 on the outside was from the beginning of our problem. We have a 3 from our pair. And then what goes back under our root is 2 times 1. So on the outside, this is a negative 36 times the square root of 2. Same thing for this one. Break them apart. This is a 2 and a 5. 15 is a 5 and a 3. And 5 is a 5 and a 1. Circle your pair. So 5 will come on the outside. And then 2 times 3 times 5 goes back underneath. Times 1, but I'm not going to bother writing it. And that comes out to 5 root 30. Even though this parentheses doesn't make a difference, you still can work in the roots. 21 is 3 times 7. 14 is 7 times 2. There's a 7. So on the outside we have negative 6 times negative 2 times 7 times the square root of what's left over, which is 3 times 2. So this is going to be big number, 12, 7, 84 times the square root of 6. 252, this breaks up into 4 and 63. 4 breaks up into 2 and 2. 63 breaks up into 7 and 9. And then 9 breaks up into 3 and 3. Pair, pair. So on the outside, we have a negative 9 from the beginning times 2 times 3. On the inside, we got a 7. So this all comes out to negative 54 times root 7. The 2's are a 1 and a 2. 2 and 1. Pair of 2's. So we got 5 times 5 times 2 on the outside. And since there's only 1's left over, we don't have to bother writing it. So this all comes out to 50. And for this, you got to make sure that both things are squared. This is a 3 squared and the square root of 6 squared. 3 squared is 9. The root and the exponent will cancel, and all that comes out is the 6 for a grand total of 54. Okay, name the vertex and the sides of angle 3. The vertex would be B, and the sides of angle 3 would be line BF, or ray BF, I should say, and ray BC. If you called BC BD, that works too. Name a linear pair. So it doesn't say specifically how I have to answer it. So a linear pair would be like, actually I probably do have to answer it using the letters. So a linear pair would be this pair plus this pair. So this would be angle ABE, Abe, and angle EBD. Two pairs of opposite rays. So opposite rays are rays that go in opposite directions, like that, that tack onto each other. So this would be ray BA and ray BD. Instead of BD, you could put BC. However, you cannot name them AB. It has to start at the center B. FBD, which angle is adjacent to that. So I'm gonna start over with this, just because it looks kind of sloppy. So for adjacent, FBD is this angle here. So I want angle 2, which is right next to it. So you could name it angle 2. Or if we're going to use the letters, which you probably will have to on your test, you can name it angle EBF. Or you could name it angle FBE. Which angle is formed by combining angles 1 and 2? So angle 1 with angle 2 makes this angle ABF. So find ABF, which is 1 and 2 together, if FBC, which is this angle right here, is 48 degrees. So that's 48. Well, ABF and FBC are supplementary angles. So therefore, it's just 180 minus 48 for 132. Angle 20. Angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3 are all that. They all make a straight line. So we have to add them all up and set them equal to 180. I'll do this off to the side. 2x minus 19 plus 5x plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 180. So add like terms. You get 9x. Negative 19 plus 1 is negative 18 is equal to 180. Add 18 to both sides. And we get 9x is equal to 198. So therefore x is equal to 22 because you divide. But it didn't ask for x, it said find the measure of angle 3. So you got to plug it back in. 2 times 22 plus plus 1. And that's 44 plus 1 for a grand total of 45 degrees. Okay, use the figure to answer the question. Name two pairs of each types of angle. Corresponding means same spot. So angle 1 is on the top left of this intersection, and angle 4 is in the top left of this intersection. So it'd be 1 and 4. Also 6 is on the bottom left, and 9 is on the bottom left. Since they're in the same spot, it's 4 and 9. Alternate interior. So alternate interior would be 2 and 4 if you look at it sideways. And would also be 6 and 8. Okay, for vertical angles, those are angles that share the same vertex. So we got 1 and 2. So angle 1 and angle 2. We also have 5 and 6. And there's plenty more. You could actually get 4 and 7, and also 8 and 9. Those are all vertical angles. Alternate exterior would be these guys, 1 and 7. Again, you kind of have to look at it sideways to see it. And then we also have 9 and 5 for alternate exterior. So 9 and 5. Same side interior would be 2 and 3. And also 7 and 8. So suppose this angle 78 and angle 6 is this. So 6 and 9 are corresponding, which means they're equal. So therefore, 78 is equal to 10x plus 8. Subtract 8 on both sides, and we get 70 is equal to 10x. Divide both sides by 10 to get 7 is equal to x. X equals 7. So to find the measure of angle 6, you got to make sure you take the 7, plug it back in. So 10 plus, well, I mean, actually, you don't even need to do that because they're equal. Angle 6 should equal angle 9. So that's 78 degrees. It's always good to plug it back in, though, just to check. 10 times 7 plus 8. That's 70 plus 8 for 78 degrees. Alright, triangles, and I'm done. My voice is killing me. Okay, so for triangles, it's telling you the 1, 2, and 3 are interior, 4 is exterior. Alright, so if angle 2 is 60, and angle 3 is 80, we got to find the remaining angles. So therefore, those are remote interior angles to 4. So angle 4 is just 60 plus 80 for 140. And for angle 1, you have to subtract them from 180 to find the missing angle. So 180 minus 60 minus 80 comes out to 40 degrees. Okay. So this gives you 4 and 2, which means 3 is the other remote interior angle. So it's angle 3 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 4. So angle 3 plus, I should probably put an angle here, plus 40 degrees is equal to 100 degrees. You subtract 40 from both sides to get angle 3 is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Also, 4 and 1 are a linear pair. So if this is 100 and they make a straight line, you could just subtract it from 180. 180 minus 100 equals 80 degrees. Okay, 1 and 3, here's 3 and 1. So we can't use remote interior angles here. Let's find out what angle 2 is first, since it makes a triangle. So they should all add to 180. Subtract the two angles, and we come up with 85 degrees. And angle 4 and angle 1 again make that linear pair. So 180 minus 75 comes out to 105 degrees. And last one, angle 4 and angle 3. So again, angle 4 plus, equals angle 2 plus angle 3. Angle 4 is 110. We don't know what angle 2 is, but we know that angle 3 is 70 degrees. Subtract 70 from both sides to get angle 2 is 40 degrees. Well, I think that's a typo. That should be a 2. Well, measure of angle 2 is equal to 40 degrees. Angle 3 is 70 because it gives it to us. And angle 1 is going to be, again, that linear pair with 4. So we got 180 minus 110, which is 70 degrees. Alright, that does it for the review. If you have any questions, send me an email. Good luck. Email is right here. Make it big. Let's make it huge. Let's make it red. Maybe brown. Back to red. Have a good night.